Welcome into this week's edition of the Coaches Show. We're all about soccer this week. And joining me first is our head women's soccer coach, Joe Joe Tharp. Coach, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, always.
And Coach, obviously this week we do get to talk about a win over the Eagles. A come from behind win, 3-1. You beat them. We say come from behind because that goal you gave up early, you had to march all the way back. You scored 3 after that. Your thoughts overall on how the team responded to that early adversity and were able to find the win?
Overall, honestly, I think this was one of the best efforts the team's given all year, and it shows what we are capable of when we actually play together and play tough and push through, and no matter what the circumstances are. So,
and we talk about the goal they gave up. I said it on the stream, it was a little bit of a defensive miscue. They were able to kind of pick off a little bit of an errant pass. A couple of passes later, they found the top of the box or top of the corner, top of the goal there, and that's you were down 1-0 with 2 minutes left. Talk about how you felt like the girls responded after that. It felt like it took a little bit to get things going, but once they did, it really felt like they were locked in.
Yeah, no, I think they responded very well. I mean, it was 2 minutes into the game, so it's a tough one to take as a team and as a coach, but overall, I think they responded well. We still kept playing our game, came in, did the exact game plan we went over before the game, and eventually it led to us getting that equalizer.
And you talk about the equalizer there. Campbell Miller, we talked about her last week. She hadn't scored a goal yet in her 2 careers, and now she's got 4 in 3 matches. I said on the stream she might have the hottest foot in the whole conference right now. She picked off an errant pass from the goalie to a cornerback, and she was very decisive with it. Wasted no time. I think took maybe 2 touches total, and just blasted it by the keeper. And you're tied 1-1, and it really felt like all the momentum had been seized your way.
Yeah, not even 2. It was a one-touch finish, and it was good. It was good, and like you said, after that, momentum did shift our way. We were on the front foot for the rest of the game after that because I think that came in with 20 minutes left in the first half or something.
It was 16th minute, so it was still a little bit early. And like I said, the momentum, you carried that forward. You got about 5 more shots off on goal. 4 of those were on goal. None of those found in the back of the net. But I think the biggest momentum-stealing play, we got to spend a moment talking about this. Olivia Conway may have made the save of the year, the save of the season, maybe the best save I've seen her make in her 2 years here. Marina gets awarded a PK, and Liv saves it, but not only does she save it, and I talked about this on stream a lot too, the most impressive part was that she suffocated the ball. A lot of times you see goalies, they'll save that ball and they just push it out, or they don't jump on it, and they allow a rebound because all the rest of the players are able to charge the net at that point.
Yeah.
But I think the most impressive thing was not only the save, was the fact that she jumped on it and didn't allow a rebound goal.
Yeah, 100%. And like I said, I think that actually happened before we were tied 1-1. We were still down 1-0 at the time. And when she saved it was a huge momentum shift for us. I think because if we go down 2-0 at that point, then it's a really tough situation for us to be in. So I could be wrong on the timing, but I think that's how it happened.
And again, I said on stream, and I tell people, I don't think you can relay how tough of a save that is. Just saving a PK in general, you don't see it happen a lot, even at the professional levels. At the international level, you don't see a lot of penalty kicks saved, even in PK shootouts. So for Liv to be able to read that perfectly, and she read it perfectly. Go back and watch the replay. She read it perfectly. Yeah. And again, she jumped on the ball, suffocated, and didn't allow it to move. Was just a perfect play by the goalie.
It was. So very, very proud of her, especially with all the injuries she's dealing with and everything. But coming back, and she's still a big game player for us, and as you can see why. So.
We say it every week. If you could give an Iron Wolf award, it would go to Olivia Conway with everything that she's dealing with. But you take that momentum, you take that tying goal, you get some more shots off, you really feel like you're building off of that. It's still 1-1 at halftime, so you've still got to find a way to find the back of the net again. Obviously, the team did it, but what was the message to the girls at halftime, knowing that it was 1-1, but feeling like you had all the momentum going your way?
Mainly it was just keep the momentum going that we had talked about. It was also, we talked about formation changes because we went into a match there. We played a different formation than we normally play. And towards the end of the second half, they actually switched their formation up and kind of threw us off a little bit. So they had a couple shots at the end of the first half. But going into the second half, made some changes, adjusted our formation again. And then I think just player for player, we were better in the whole second half, and that's what I told them to go out there and do. So And that showed. It showed after we scored 2 goals in the second half. So.
And those 2 goals in the 62nd minute, Campbell Miller gets her second goal of the match. Jessa Brontes dropped the ball into her right at the top of the box. A couple of touches, she finished it, makes it 2-1. And then about 13 minutes later, the 75th minute, Jess scores one off across from Ella Bell, a ball that she just put in there perfectly, and it found the top of Jess's boot. It took a second for that one on stream for me to be able to call it because Jess got blocked out by the goalie, and then I finally saw it go in the goal and those kind of things. But just a great ball there from Ella and a great finish from Jess.
Yeah, and it's shocking. I was surprised as a coach even because we've struggled a lot this year scoring off of crosses, and to get 2 goals in that game off of crosses was huge. So I mean, Campbell scored a header. And Jess kind of just ran the ball into the net. So, but putting anything on it when the ball's on the goal line is all you need. So.
Yeah. And so you close the book on that one. It feels good to get a win. It feels good to get those points. You really kind of helped your postseason seeding as well too. Now you turn your attention to 2 very tough opponents. You're going to go on the road for a ranked matchup against Pearl River this upcoming Tuesday. A Wildcats team that feels like they're going to be very up to the challenge. This is a team that forced the top-ranked Lady Rangers of Northwest to play a full 90 this past week. You and I talked about that. I think that's the first time that Northwest has played a full 90 all week. So that just all season, that tells you how good this Wildcat team is. What are you expecting out of that bunch when you go over there on Tuesday?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a challenge for sure. And like they are nationally ranked. They're coming in. They're under a lot of pressure right now because they have started the season off a little bit slow. They have a couple of losses. And I think as long as we can come in and pressure them and show them that we mean business, I think we'll be fine. So it'll be a tough game, but if we can get 3 points or even a point, I'll be happy. So
5 o'clock kickoff in Poplarville for that one. And then this upcoming Friday, we'll welcome a friendly face, a face that you and I will both be excited to see, a face that we've already played this year, a team that we've already played this year, East Central. You went over there, beat them 2-1 earlier this year. They're going to come over here. What do we know about the Lady Warriors coming in at this point in the season? I know they've had a tough go of it to start the year. They faced a lot of the top-ranked teams and those kind of things as well, too. But what do you know about that bunch at this point in the season?
Yeah, I think they've pretty much stuck to the same stuff they've done during preseason because they did get some success in it during the preseason. And they played tougher opponents so far this in the beginning of the season. But overall, I think it'll be pretty similar to when we played them last time. They've got the girl up front that's really dangerous, is going to test us a lot. But other than that, I think we're player for player. I think we're better than them, so I think we'll be fine against that game, and that'll be a huge 3 points for us if we can pull that off.
Lots of exciting things happening for the Lady Wolves. Again, they get a win over Meridian, come from behind, win it 3-1 after giving up the first goal, score 3 straight. Also got to talk about, we talked about the one save about Liv Conway, but she made 8 more after that. She made 8 saves after giving up that first goal. The rebound that she showed in that match, I think, too. Again, you go back and watch that goal. I don't know that any goalie can stop it, but as a goalie, I think you kind of think, man, it stinks I gave up a goal so soon in a match. But for her to go out and then just basically throw a shutout the rest of the time is huge.
Yeah, 100%. She's the type of Liv has the mentality that I wish every player had, not just on my team, but across. But I mean, probably in the country. She has like a very strong winning mentality. So, that's hard to teach a player. So, I'm really proud of her how she's done this season.
So again, lots of good things happening for the Lady Wolves. They'll go on the road Tuesday at Pearl River, 5 p.m. kickoff for those. 5 p.m. kickoff for that one. 1 p.m. kickoff on Friday when they host East Central. I'll be on the call on stream for that one. We'll give you the streaming information for both matches as always when it's available to us. Coach, thanks for joining us. Hopefully next week we're talking about a pair of Lady Wolves wins. Yeah. But until then, stick with us. Coming up, we've got men's soccer. We're going to talk about their win over Meridian with Coach Coward after this. for sticking with us through the break. And joining me now, as promised, is our men's soccer head coach, JT Coward. Coach, thanks for joining me.
Yep, thanks for having me.
And Coach, as I mentioned on the stream, the streak continues. Whatever happened in the women's game has happened in the men's game. And we get to talk about a Co-Lin Wolves win, and not just a win, an absolute dominant win by your bunch. You beat Meridian 5-0. Your thoughts overall on that match and how good it felt to see the guys come out and just dominate a match from start to finish?
Yeah, it was nice. We scored pretty early in the game. We had talked about all season about competing for a full 90 minutes, and I think we got that against Meridian. You could see it on the scoreline. We had 5 different goal scorers, so we're getting contributions from all over the field from plenty of different guys. So it was nice to see it all click and come together.
Yeah, like I said, I mentioned it on the stream, and immediately as soon as it left my mouth, in the back of my head, I thought, if it doesn't happen this way, JT might be upset with me because I might have jinxed him a little bit. But fortunately, no jinx there. And your guys got the scoring started off early. Matthew Trisdale collected his first goal of the year, headed one off a cross from Alvaro de la Torre. You're up 1-0 in the 6th minute. And it just kind of felt like even if that would have been the only goal you scored, it would have been enough, because it felt like your defensive backline and really every guy that you brought in just played some really great defense for you throughout the match.
Yeah, I went back and watched the game after the fact, and the boys just played with such great intensity against them. I thought it was a dominating performance all around, and just really did a good job of limiting Meridian getting any type of real chance towards goal. Right.
And then in the 17th minute, Caden Wiley collected his second goal in the last 2 matches. He got an assist from Eric Martinez. I think De La, if we gave hockey assist, I think he'd get a second assist on that one as well too. I believe he touched the ball on that one. And then in the 42nd minute, Aiden Lowry gets one. Kind of a weird sequence of events. Hudson took a shot on the goal. I think it may have got deflected a little bit. It went off the bar as well too. Found the feet of Aiden Lowry. Aiden shot it. The goalie blocked it. It went right back to Aiden, and he just got it past the goalie. Then I told somebody, I said, I think we had 3 shots on goal in about a 30-second span, and one of them went in. But fortunately, one of them did go in, and it's 3-0 at that point. It's the 42nd minute. I don't think you allowed a shot on goal the rest of the time. What's the message to the guys knowing that, hey, you're up 3-0? This team is still capable of coming back and finding a way to make this an interesting match, though?
Yeah, so that third goal right before halftime was huge. There's a huge difference in a 2-0 lead at half and then a 3-0. It just feels completely different. And you could see it on all the Meridian players' faces. They kind of were throwing in the towel. It seemed like their coaching staff was silent. So that third goal was huge. The message at halftime, though, was honestly, I kept going back to the Southwest game where we were up 2-0, and then we let the game slip away because they put us under a bunch of pressure. So I just told them, I was like, look, they're going to come out. They're going to try and get something out of this game. They're going to high pressure you. It was like, but let's just stay cool and calm. We know it's coming, and I mean, we've been dominating the game so far, so let's just play out of it. Let's not stray away from anything that we've been doing already. And the boys were cool and calm in the second half, and it showed.
And in the second half, you scored in the 77th and 84th minutes. Johan Bedoya factored into both of these. Justin Singleton scored that goal in the 77th minute, and might be one of the easiest goals you can ever score as a soccer player. You go back and look at it, and Justin's kind of standing at the top of the box. He's kind of watching Johan for a second. Johan's got it near the end line, and Justin just kind of floats in. No one's there. I don't know how Johan saw him because I didn't at first, and Johan finds him, and everybody has their attention on Johan. Nobody's looking at Justin, and Justin just slaps it to the other side of the goal for an easy goal, makes it 4-0. And then Johan scores the final goal on a free kick. I said during stream, I said, if you asked Johan if he was going for goal, he'd say absolutely. I told you after the match, I said, just based on the angle of that one, he didn't get it very high off the ground, if it got off the ground at all. And I think he kind of fooled everybody with that shot on that free kick.
Yeah, I think the goalkeeper was expecting cross there, and he caught the goalkeeper slipping a little bit and just smashed it towards the near post, and keeper couldn't react in time. So it was a great free kick. I definitely think he was trying to shoot it. Johan's a very smart player, and I think he knew he could probably catch the keeper off guard there, so he did a really good job.
And I think as a coach, it's a nice thing to think, and I said it on stream, it's hard to believe that was Johan's first goal of the season, but I think as a coach, it's nice to see maybe Johan is finally starting to come into that form that we saw last year, and it's happening at the exact perfect time that you needed to, because you probably got the toughest slate of games coming up. And we're going to talk about one of those that's coming up. Obviously, you're going to go on the road on Tuesday. You're going to face off against Pearl River, a nationally ranked team. I believe they were 11th last time we checked. I hadn't got to check the rankings since they released earlier this week. But what do we know about the Wildcats heading into this one? I know they're kind of red hot right now, playing really well. Had some bumps and bruises earlier in the year against some conference opponents, but now when they've gotten into conference play, it seems like they've righted the ship.
Yeah, they're going to be a top team. They're right now, I believe they're top of the conference in points. They've returned the majority of their goal scorers from last year, plus bringing in a couple of really talented guys from Denmark. I expect it to be a really tough match. But at the same time, last year when we played them, I mean, it was a crazy game, 5-4 matchup. So they're really good in attack, but I think they can give up some goals on the defensive side. So I'm liking our chances as far as our attacking players going against their defenders.
A 5-4 matchup where the Wolves played with 10 men for about 75% of that matchup. So hopefully this whole one we'll play fully even in 11 on each side. But then after that one, you'll turn your attention to East Central. They're coming in here on Friday, 3 p.m. kickoff on that one. What do we know about the Warriors? I know they lost the other day, or lost the other night. I think it was a close 1-0 loss against the Bobcats of Jones, a team that seems like they're very good defensively. I don't think they're giving up a lot of goals, but what do we know about them coming into this one?
Yeah, they've had some really close results all season. It seems like every game is either won or lost by 1 goal. I know that they're very, very organized and hard to break down. So they're, like you said, they're not giving up a whole lot of goals. So they're going to be good defensively. They're going to be really strong in the air on set pieces and corner kicks and all that stuff. So we just got to make sure we're doing a good job. Luckily, we got a couple of big guys in the back who love playing in the air. So I think it's going to be a really good match. I think we might have the upper hand as far as attacking goes, but they're going to put us under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it seems like those are the kind of matchups where Lucas and Ethan both kind of thrive. Hey, they're not afraid from a little physical contact, and they love to play that kind of soccer. So lots of good things happening for the men. Again, they win 5-0 over Meridian. They will go on the road and play against Pearl River on Tuesday at 7. Host East Central Friday at 3. I'll be on the call for you on that Friday matchup on Co-Lin We'll give you the streaming info for the Pearl River matchup as well, too. No football segment this week with Coach Davis. Football was off last week. They will host Pearl River on Thursday at 6:30. We're also going to have a special national championship ring presentation for our 2025 Co-Lin Lady Wolf softball team. Looking forward to having all of them back on campus for that special time as well, too. I'm Kevin Kyzar, Sports Information Coordinator here at Co-Lin. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you next week.